All right. Captain's blog. Stardate 100814. My body's been taken over by midi-chlorians, and I have the strange urge to levitate things. Okay, welcome back to the writer's blog. Nothing so dramatic as that. I wish I could beam down the Starship Enterprise, and that would be pretty cool. So yeah, what have I been working on this week? Oh boy. It has been a rough and tumble week, writer-wise, so I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. But one thought I had just yesterday as I was watching these guys lay some bricks across the street, which I thought was kind of interesting. They were putting up some bricks on a house. Anyway, and I thought how much like writing is bricklaying. So when you put up bricks, you're putting up bricks one at a time, right? Just like you put up words one at a time. And then you put the mortise and the fancy stuff in between there, just to hold them all together. And then you come back and you smooth it off, you make it look nice. And that's kind of what you do as a writer. You lay the bricks are the words, and then you come back and you put things in between, and then you smooth it off later on with some fancy words or some metaphors or something like that. And so that's the first thought I had this week as far as writing goes. The other thing is a microphone. Yay, I've got my microphone with me. I've learned how important it is. You've got to have good sound. I mean, if you're going to record transcriptions or anything like that, you've got to have good sound. Last time, just for fun, just to refresh your memory, last time we did I showed you all the tools that I use for writing. One of them is microphones, like this guy. And I showed you some of these guys, like this dude right here. Yay. And I showed you some of the other tools that I use, like the little old phones, those old flip phone clamshell kind of things. Those are pretty cool. And so you saw a bunch of the tools. Of course, I was whispering last week, so I won't go through all those again. You can just look on that. But anyway, those are pretty cool tools. But yeah, you've got to have good sound, use a good microphone. This just happens to be one of the over-the-head kind of microphones. Usually it sits here on my ear like this, but this week I took it off just so I could handheld it and bring it up here, because I don't like something over my head when I'm doing video recordings. I like to move, like to move it. And so I don't like things over my ears. That's one thing that's annoying. Let's see, what else? Let me get a sip of water here. Oh, sip of water! Oh yeah, look at those $1 million special effects we have. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, things coming out of my mouth. We spare no expense here at the Writer's Blog, as you can tell. I wanted to point out one thing is my fancy cup. It's a little logo on here. That is something that I did myself. Help a human being. That's one of my copywriting things that I did. Okay, I'm good. Get those bubbles out of my mouth. Yeah, but the special effects are thanks to my son, who's the cameraman today. Hey, Chris, how you doing? But, yeah, I did the copywriting on that little cup, which was pretty cool. We did that for the Tarrant Area Food Bank, which I thought was a pretty darn good campaign. And I think they ought to use it because it's a little lighter than the campaign they're using now, which is either, give kids food or they're going to die, which is, I guess that's okay too. But anyway, mine's a little more lighthearted. We did that at TCU as part of Real World IMC. Real World, shout out. So yeah, this week has been a bit of a slog, Writer's Blog wise. I did tons of transcriptions. My son, who's the cameraman here, was doing tons of transcriptions too, as well. And so we were in transcription heck. In fact, he has to do one transcription a day. That's the price he has to do for using my computer, and it also, keeps him busy during the summer when he would otherwise be doing nothing else. So yeah, transcriptions. I'm going to download, look down below here, and I'm going to put an audio file on one of the audio files that I did. Remember I told you I do whisper writing? So I'm going to put one of the audio files down below here, so look for that. I will put that on so you can hear one of those, and then I'll do some transcription files, actually show you me as I'm transcribing later. But I will probably have to download Cam Studio when I get back to work on Monday, and I'll have to do that from my work computer. So anyway, those are a little bit of updates of what I've been doing this week, is just transcribing. I've got like 220 plus files to transcribe just to finish this little novella, and it is, it's a slog. I don't think I'm even past the half-century mark on transcriptions. So I've got to find a way to speed up transcriptions. One thing that I would love to do, of course I can't afford to do right now, is I would love to be able to send some of these transcription files out, to have outside people do some of these transcriptions, like maybe, I don't know what, send them to India or something like that, so they could do them overnight, and I could have them back in the morning, and then I could just boom, 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 boom. That would be ideal. That would be something. So I could just come back in the morning and have those suckers ready to go. What else would be ideal? Anyway, that would be probably the best thing right now, just to speed up my transcription process, to get those transcriptions back so I can focus on the composition and the editing and that sort of thing, which is the main focus. But I'll get all that figured out. It's been a while. Like I said, as I mentioned last time, it's been about 10 years or so since I've been in the writing game, but I'm getting back into it now, getting back in the swing. Professional writing lives is busy lives. I read somewhere online this week that, who was it? The lady who wrote, Stephanie Meyer, who wrote Twilight, took her 3 months to write her first draft of her book, and I thought she must have been doing that all day long. I'm talking 8 hours a day, all day long. Because it would have been a full-time job. To finish in 3 months, it's taken me 3 months just to finish a short novella. So for her to finish a full novel, 300 pages plus probably of whatever that was, in Twilight, it must have taken her, she must have been working all day long, 10, 12-hour days. So that's one thing I noticed this week. So I will put an audio file down below. Check that out on my YouTube page. And there was one other thing, audio file, there was something else. I'll think of it in a second. My son wants me to mention that we've been working on Minecraft videos together, and we'll work on those, putting some of those probably on my YouTube page here down below. So smash that like button. Right, Chris? Yeah. Smash that like button down below if you like these writers' blogs. What else? A video transcription. Yeah, I will do that soon here in the future as well. So anyway, that's about the way I am. I'm hoping I will finish this novella probably by October. It's going to take me that long just to get the rest of these transcriptions done, and then I've got to do a hard edit, and then I'll be pretty close. Then I'll be pretty close to being done. So do that, hopefully finish. Like I said, the novella is probably going to be about 24,000 words, I'm guessing, because the original screenplay I started with was about 60 pages, and I'll need 60 pages more of text to go with that, and that'll make a hard 60 pages of text. So it's going to be 24,000 words, which is not huge. It's not long, but it's about a quarter of a book length, which is about 100,000 words. So I'm guessing it'll be 24 to 30,000 words. That's what I'm aiming towards. Was there something else? Oh, one other thing I will put on my YouTube page that I came across recently was just a little teaching session that I did. So look for that down below as well. That's just a little teaching session on a school paper that I did, but that might be useful. As far as editing goes, I'll get into the editing here in a couple of weeks, but I think that'll be useful for you just to see what some of the editing kind of stuff that I've been working on. Okay, that's it for this week. One more sip of water. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at that, man. We're going to be doing like Jurassic Park next with digital dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. Did you guys see that online where Jeff Goldblum went to a wedding and Jeff Goldblum, good job, Chris. Jeff Goldblum went to a wedding and then they put a dinosaur in the background. I'll have to show you that picture, Chris. That's pretty funny. You got to have a dinosaur in the back of Jeff Goldblum's wedding album. It wasn't his wedding, but it was somebody else's. He and his. You want one more, Chris? Chris loves doing special effects. He's awesome with that. We were excited. Chris and I found out just this week how to record onto the Mac video, that is, video screen. We're still trying to figure it out on his old PC with XP on it. Yeah, we'll figure that out for Minecraft. Anyway, everybody, peace out. Keep on writing. W. That's the right life, right? I still don't know what I'm going to call this blog. But anyway, thanks, Chris. Cut.